Have you ever wondered why the land of Israel holds such significance in the Bible? This question has intrigued scholars, historians, and spiritual seekers for centuries. Israel, often cloaked in mystery and enigma, is more than just a geographical location. It's a place deeply ingrained in the narrative of the Bible, a significant backdrop to the unfolding story of faith, promise, and prophecy. In the biblical context, Israel is not just any land, it's the promised land. A promise that finds its roots in the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. Here, God speaks to Abraham, then known as Abram, in a profound and pivotal moment. He tells Abraham, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you." This divine dialogue sets the stage for the journey of Israel. It's a promise of a land, a nation, and a blessing. A promise that would resonate through the ages, shaping the destiny of Abraham's descendants and marking Israel as a land of divine importance. But the promise was not merely about land or nationhood, it was a promise of divine presence, of God's commitment to walk with his people, to guide them, and to be their God. This promise established Israel as the stage on which the grand narrative of salvation history would be played out. So the journey of Israel in the Bible starts with a promise, a divine covenant that echoes throughout the ages. But this is only the beginning of the story, the first chapter in the tale of a land and a people chosen for a divine purpose. It certainly doesn't end there. As we delve deeper into the narrative, we'll discover that the enigma of Israel holds many more layers to be explored. Imagine being led out of captivity to a land flowing with milk and honey. That's exactly what happened to the Israelites. They were slaves in Egypt, oppressed and in dire need of a savior. And then, from the burning bush, a promise was made. A promise that would change the course of their history and indeed the world's history. In Exodus 3:8, God speaks to Moses, saying, "I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of that land to a good and broad land, a land flowing with milk and honey." This wasn't just about liberation from physical bondage, it was a promise of a homeland, a place where they could thrive, where they could be free to worship their God. The significance of this journey, this exodus from Egypt, can't be underestimated. It was a journey that would take them through trials and tribulations, through the wilderness, and ultimately to the promised land. It was a journey that would test their faith, their resilience, and their unity as a nation. And it was this journey that solidified Israel's importance in biblical history. Israel wasn't just a destination, it was a symbol. It represented a promise fulfilled, a testament to God's faithfulness to his people. It was the physical manifestation of a divine covenant, a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. But more than that, it was a land that was intimately tied to the identity of the Israelites. It was their inheritance, their birthright. It was a land that had been promised to their forefathers, a land that was destined to be theirs. The journey from Egypt to Israel was more than a physical relocation. It was a spiritual journey, a journey of faith. It was a journey that would shape a nation, define a people, and leave an indelible mark on the annals of history. Thus, Israel became a beacon of hope for a nation in bondage. From a land of promise to a kingdom under celebrated kings, Israel's biblical journey is nothing short of epic. We now delve into the reigns of King David and his son Solomon, two figures who left indelible marks on Israel's history. King David, a shepherd boy turned king, established Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. The Bible, in 2 Samuel 5, 6, 10, recounts David's conquest of Jerusalem, painting a vivid picture of a man of faith and courage. David's son Solomon carried forward his father's legacy. Known for his wisdom, Solomon's crowning achievement was the construction of the first temple in Jerusalem. This temple was not just a symbol of Israel's religious devotion, but also a testament to its growing prosperity. The account of the temple's construction is detailed in 1 Kings 6, 1:38. The opulence of the temple, with its cedar beams, gold-covered interior, and ornate furnishings, reflects the grandeur of Solomon's reign. However, the land of Israel was not only home to kings, but also to prophets who played pivotal roles in shaping its destiny. Prophets like Elijah and Isaiah were more than just messengers of God. They were the moral compass of society. calling out injustices and leading the people back to God's laws. Elijah, known for his miracles and confrontations with the corrupt King Ahab, was a beacon of faith in a time of widespread idolatry. Isaiah, on the other hand, was a prophet of peace and restoration. His prophecies, filled with hope and redemption, comforted a nation grappling with the threat of invasion. In essence, kings and prophets were two sides of the same coin. While kings wielded political power, prophets held spiritual authority. They were interdependent, shaping the course of Israel's history through their actions and teachings. Israel's land was not just a stage for kings and prophets, but also a canvas for divine interaction. Exile is a significant theme in the Bible, and Israel's land plays a central role in this narrative. Journey with me to a time in history when Babylon, a powerful empire, swept over the land of Israel, resulting in the infamous Babylonian exile. This period, as chronicled in the book of 2 Kings 25, marked a time of great sorrow for the Jewish people, as they were forced to leave their homes and the land they held dear. Imagine the heartache of being uprooted from a place you've called home, a place that God promised to your ancestors. But even in the darkness of exile, hope remained a constant beacon. The scriptures tell us that during this time, the Jewish people held on to the belief that they would one day return to their homeland. Fast forward to the book of Ezra, chapter 1, verses 1 to 3. Here we find the prophecy of Jeremiah being fulfilled. King Cyrus of Persia, moved by God, decrees that the Jewish people are to return to their homeland, rebuild their temple, and restore their customs. The return from exile was not just a physical journey, it was a spiritual one that shaped the identity of the Jewish people. It was a rebirth, a revival of faith, and a reaffirmation of their covenant with God. The Jewish people, having experienced the pain of exile, returned with a renewed spirit and a deeper appreciation for their homeland. This period of history is a testament to the resilience of the Jewish people and the unbreakable bond they share with their land. The return from exile was more than just a homecoming. It was a pivotal moment in their history that would shape their identity for generations to come. The exile and return to Israel echo throughout the biblical narrative, serving as a testament to the enduring faith of a people and the indomitable spirit of a nation. In every return to Israel, the land reaffirms its significance in the biblical narrative. As we turn the pages from the Old Testament to the New, Israel's land remains a key player. Israel's topography becomes the backdrop for the life and ministry of Jesus Christ. The New Testament paints a vivid picture of Jesus traversing through regions of Israel, spreading his message of love, faith, and redemption. Take Galilee, for instance. Nestled in the northern part of Israel, Galilee was the setting for many pivotal moments in Jesus' life. The book of Matthew, chapter 4, verses 12 to 25, tells us of Jesus' retreat to Galilee after learning of John the Baptist's arrest. Here on the shores of the Sea of Galilee, he began his public ministry, preaching the good news of the kingdom and healing all kinds of sickness among the people. Galilee's land echoed with his teachings, reverberating his words of hope and salvation. Then there's Jerusalem, the city that bore witness to Jesus' final days. Jerusalem, with its grand temple and bustling markets, was the stage for the climax of Jesus' earthly mission. Here he was betrayed, tried, and crucified, making Jerusalem an integral part of the Christian narrative. And we cannot forget Judea, particularly the village of Bethany. This is where we see Jesus' humanity and divinity beautifully intertwined in the story of Lazarus' resurrection. John chapter 11 verses 1 to 44 recounts how Jesus, deeply moved, brought Lazarus back to life. Bethany's soil was the silent testament to this miraculous event, further attesting to Jesus' divine authority. From the rolling hills of Galilee, through the busy streets of Jerusalem to the quiet village of Bethany in Judea, Israel's land was more than just a geographical location. It was the silent stage that bore witness to the message of Jesus, his miracles, and his ultimate sacrifice. From the birth of Jesus to his crucifixion and resurrection, Israel's land is the silent witness to these divine events. Scene script. Israel's biblical journey doesn't end with the past. The Bible speaks volumes about its future too. Our exploration takes us to the intriguing realm of biblical prophecy, where the future of Israel is painted in vivid, albeit mystifying strokes. The books of Zechariah and Ezekiel, among others, are rich with such prophecies that continue to stir debates and discussions. Consider Zechariah 12:3. On that day, when all the nations of the earth are gathered against her, I will make Jerusalem an immovable rock for all the nations. All who try to move it will injure themselves. This scripture is seen by many as prophesying a future where Jerusalem becomes a burdensome stone to the world, and any attempt to dislodge it will be met with injury. Similarly, Ezekiel 37:21-28 speaks of a time when God would gather the children of Israel from among the nations and bring them into their own land, making them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. These verses are often interpreted as predicting the restoration of Israel as a unified nation, an event that some believe has been partially fulfilled with the modern state of Israel's establishment. These prophecies, along with others, have fueled debates about the land of Israel's future. Some see them as literal predictions of future events, while others interpret them metaphorically, symbolizing spiritual truths. Regardless of one's perspective, what's undeniable is the profound impact these prophetic scriptures have had on shaping views about Israel's future. The prophetic scriptures provide a fascinating glimpse into the possibilities of the future, adding another layer to Israel's complex narrative. They remind us that the story of Israel as told in the Bible is not just a tale of the past, but also a narrative of what's yet to come. Thus, from its biblical past to its prophesied future, the land of Israel remains a conundrum wrapped in an enigma. Israel, a mere speck on the world map, has an enormous biblical footprint. This tiny piece of land has been a cornerstone of biblical narratives, bearing witness to divine promises, grand prophecies, and profound spiritual lessons. From the covenant with Abraham in Genesis, where God promised to make him a great nation, to the Exodus journey that transformed a band of slaves into a nation, Israel's story is woven into the fabric of the Bible. The tales of kings and prophets echo with Israel's triumphs and tribulations, reflecting the dynamic relationship between God and his chosen people. The New Testament further enriches this narrative, with Israel as the backdrop for Christ's life, ministry, crucifixion, and resurrection. And as we gaze into the future, the prophecies hint at Israel's pivotal role in the end times. In the words of the Bible, Israel is more than just a land. It's a testament to a divine promise, a beacon of hope, and a prophetic mystery waiting to unfold.